All right. We are all welcome. Welcome back. So let's continue from where we stopped before we went off. Now, we're looking at this as another major zone before we went out. Then I will also clone this again to have another copy of it, which I will now bring to this place. I am putting it here because I can see that the market came, touched here, and went up, come back and also touch before it went back. So let us go with this three as we analyze the market the more, going more closer to the lesser time frame, lower time frame. Then we can we can change. We can get most of the other minor areas of concern. So now I can change this to my candlestick. Now, if you look at the candlestick now, you can see that it is in agreement with what we did in the line chart. Now, when you look at this, this is daily. Now, what this is telling us now, even without even applying any indicator, is that this market is still going up. So if you are trading, if you have an order on this market now, then the next target is nothing but here, because the market goes from zone to zone. Okay, let me return this thing back. Market goes from yes. The market goes from zone to zone. Now it have come and it have broken this. So are we going to say that it is still bullish, or that is every tendency that is going to drop? Now, having known that this market it was going higher low, but when it got here, something happened. There was a trend reversal. There was a formation that occurred here, which I also show us when we go into chart pattern why this thing happened here. So this market is no more a bearish. It is in a bullish momentum. So that is why we can see that it made high and come low. It made high and retrace and high and come low. Now, if you are very careful of what happened on this chart, you can see that something happened here. Now, instead of this market to continue, you see it came. This is a high, low, high, low. So now what's supposed to happen is that our next high is supposed to be somewhere here, but that didn't happen. So it is a signal that something so that the market have changed a movement. So now we cannot say that this market is doing is in a 100% bullish momentum. No, something have happened, and that is what we're going to do. So having known that this market is no more doing a higher low, higher low, higher low. Now that is high low, and it's even more lower than it's supposed to be. Then now let us go into our 4-hour time frame. When we go into our 4-hour time frame, we can now have, okay, before we even go to 4-hour time frame, let me put our trend line. Now, when we put our trend line here, this is our trend line. Now we can see that the market is on top of our trend line. Then I will also show us how to use the counter trend line to confirm this. But even before that, I will easily take my fib now to confirm what I'm seeing. Remember, since we started, nobody have ever talked of maybe very good, very, very good. So this market is officially in a downtrend. Now, how do I know? Yes, this will be an assignment. If any of you, if you have your phone, you can take a screenshot of this. You can take a screenshot of this. Then later, before by this time on Monday, check, and you will see that this price will be approaching somewhere here. The price will on Monday will be approaching somewhere here. It will be approaching either it passes here by Monday, or it will be approaching. So having just put our trend line now and my Fibonacci, I now come to a conclusion that this market is going down. That what we see, all the whole bullish momentum we have seen have exhausted. So that means that this is higher low, higher low. So it's going to have another high, another low that we even. This is I'm going to take my first take profit here. I'm going to take my second TP here on 100%. This is 100% retracement, but my TP2 will be somewhere here. Now let us go to 4 hours so as to have a clearer picture of what I've just played out. How I wish that we continue this class till Monday. Then, but even in the group or on Facebook, we can you can take a picture of this and monitor it by yourself. I'm coming a GP Dancool. So you can take a picture of this or take a cognizance of this and monitor this till on Monday to see that this market is going to fall down. GP Danco, you can unmute yourself and ask a question if it is a question that you want to put. GP Danco. Okay, I think we need to continue. Now, having come to this conclusion under our daily and the 4-hour time frame, then what do you need to do? I can even go as far as bringing my counter trend line to confirm what I'm seeing. This is you see, I think you see how simple it is. Without, we have not even talked about anything like indicator since we started. But within yourself, you can see now the market was doing higher low, higher low, higher low, then and now begin to went as far as it has violated the characteristics of of a downtrend. It has violated the characteristics of downtrend, because if it was still in a full downtrend, then from here we would have something more lower than this. But that is why we see that our trend line was broken, automatically bringing the market to a bullish momentum. Let me do anybody have a question? As okay, all right. GP Danko, can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Emmanuel, do you still have another question to ask? I can see your hand is up, or is it the one you raised before? Yes, you can ask. Emmanuel, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Okay, boss. Based on your analysis, you said that the price actually violated the bearish momentum.
Very good.
Which means it is now showing a bullish momentum. Then you said we should watch it, that by Monday that it will even go a little bit downwards. So why, having broken that the trend line and showing bullish momentum, why will it have to return back?
Okay, you see what happened?
Yeah, that is just the question I have.
Okay, you see, this is we are in a 4-hour time frame, and if you look at our trend line correctly, okay, all right. Now when you look at what happened from here to here, just as I told us before, that the market moves from one region to the other. This is how we come about predicting maybe 500 pips or 200 pips or 1,000 pips into the future. Now, I said from here that this market have violated it has violated all the characteristics of a downtrend, and as you can see it, as you can. Then, as you can see it now, that's what we call a overall market movement and temporal market movement. Now, when you look at this market now, in overall, it is bullish. I mean, it is bearish, but we got here and the trend changed. Now, that is why I went as far as drawing my counter trend line. Immediately I saw that this have happened, that the candlesticks are now on top of the trend line. Now, what I did was that I came here and put my counter trend line. This is what I'm working. Now, it have given me the overall picture of what the market is. But now we're talking of temporal. This is where most of us who are maybe scalpers or day traders get it wrong. Now, when you look at this now, this can only, it will only give you, it will only help you now to get maybe like 20, 80 pips, 70 pips, because whatever decision I'm taking now, I'm not going to take it wholeheartedly. So if I'm selling now, then what I need to do now is I will come here. I will go back and take my fib. Then looking at the market now, I will see this is the most recent swing low to the most recent swing high. Now, when I put my Fibonacci now, I can see that even as it is now that there is a retracement. There is a retracement. It have touched my zero level, 0.00 fib level. Now, this is where we preach that trading is all about patience. Then, having seen that it's all about patience, now I'm going to say, okay, let me wait. I'll wait for this market because that is an evidence that a pullback is where I'm just trying to give you the two pictures that are involved here. Overall, I am looking at the market still going back to, because you know when we look at monthly time frame, weekly time frame, they were all telling us that the market is bearish. If you still remember that we started this analysis under monthly time frame, where we picked some date of what happened a couple of years ago, and the market is still going in that order. Now, but temporarily, this market is bullish. How do I know that it is bullish? I know that it is bullish immediately I see that this trend line has been broken. Immediately I see that this trend line has been broken. That is when I know that it is now bullish. And immediately I discovered that it is temporarily bullish now. I went as far as bringing my Fibonacci. Which when we go to Fib, I will show you how to use it. Now immediately I put my Fibonacci now, I discovered that this bullish momentum have reached my 0.0 fib level, and because I've reached my 0.0 fib level, now Fibonacci is now telling me that because I've reached 0.0 fib level, that there will be a retest, there will be a pullback, and the pullback have shown me by this is we're on in 4-hour time frame. Then this red candle is a bearish candle, so it shows me that the bullish momentum is no more 100% in place. Now, what it is telling me now is that I should prepare myself for a pullback. That is why I now put this red arrow that is pointing down. Now, this red arrow that is pointing down is giving me a picture that the price will definitely come down to somewhere around this 0.50, 0.618 fib level before, or possibly, like where a question is coming from, or possibly coming to 100% retracement, and my 100% retracement is here, which is at price 1.0186. But in all, we get it correctly by exercising patience. That's why we always say don't just jump in. Why? Because your candlestick said so. Or don't just jump out because your candlestick said so. So now we are looking at, I will have about 3 things. Our trend line is saying the same thing. Then our counter trend line and our Fibonacci. So there is 3 confluences. And most importantly, all these things happen within our major zone. Let me remove all this. All these actions happened within this support that is broken to become this our resistance that is broken to become a support. So when 2, 3 or more technical indicators are in agreement pointing to the same direction, then you must watch. You must exert some patience to watch what is happening. Sorry for what I'm looking at. I'm just that I have few trades that I have that I'm just waiting to hit my take profit so that I can close for the day. So you see what happened. So this was the 100% retracement. When this market, as it goes now, because as it goes up now, it is going to retrace. Now, as a professional trader, you are not looking at what is going to happen in the next 2 hours or next 3 hours. That is what I said by this time on Monday. That means whatever that will happen all throughout on Monday, the news, the London session, the New York session, that it will still come and end within this area. So I was not trying to give you a kind of confusion, but this line here is in agreement to what we see when we look at our monthly time frame, our weekly time frame, and then our daily, and now we are in 1 hour. So we are trying to make our decision in agreement of what we have seen within those different time frames. I don't know whether I made myself a bit clear. Bro, Emmanuel. Okay. So that is how it is done. Now I thank God for how we use this now to throw more light with the support and resistance. Is there any of us again that have any question that you need the clarification from me before we switch over to another part of this? Okay, now having done this, it is here like someone like me. It's not that I trade under 4 hours. I can even, with this now, I can even go as far as going to 5 minutes time frame. Like somebody was asking yesterday, how much will you use to trade? Like somebody who maybe your money is too small, you don't have a big equity, you don't have big capital, then you can with this now you have actually okay, let's just be patient until we go to execution, where we talk of support. I mean, how to enter a trade and when to go out. So when we get to that stage now, then you can get more clearer picture of, even if you shift now to 5 minutes, to 15 minutes, to 30 minutes, to 45 minutes, or even to 1 hour, as the case may be, to execute your trade, what are you going to do or what's going to play out? The the floor is now open for questions, so that yeah. So if you have more questions, then you can ask before we can now move to something else. Remember, I told us that the major areas that we have major areas and minor areas, and in the minor areas we can trade under them, but have it in mind that when price get to that minor areas, that it makes a kind of story. There will be a lot of delays before it will break it going to our direction. But if it is a major zone, it's the place where you need to jump out of the market and watch until it comes to it, until they bounce off, either bounce off from the support region to the upside, or a bounce off from the resistance coming down. Then you can jump into the trend and take advantage of it. How many of us here? Okay, we are 8 number. Okay, so okay, 7 currently. So another thing I'm planning, I'm trying to, because just like the picture I put on Facebook today, I told myself that if I became profitable with this, that the least I can do is to hide this knowledge from people, because I've spent a lot. I've also lost a lot of money trying to learn this on my own, paying for courses. And at the end of the day, it's clear that most of the people they are paying for their courses, that they don't even have most of the simplified way of accessing the market. So they end up making it more complicated. So I told myself that if I can have access to this, that I won't hide it. I will give to as many that are open to learn, because if you place a trade on this particular pair now, and you are winning and I'm winning, your profit does not affect me. Neither does my own affect any of you. So then why should I hide it for any of you? That is even why I am planning now, by next year I will be having my signals sent to emails to people that subscribe to my newsletters. I will send it to them as early as possible on Monday morning, what they can trade for the whole week. Because you make the money, I make the money. It's all about financial freedom. But if I only make the money, the brokers, they are not going to pay me extra. So we can jointly benefit from the knowledge, because it's not about me. If I make $1,000 from the market in a day, you make $1,000. As many, wherever you are in the world, none of us will be left behind. And that's exactly the kind of system that I'm trying to put in place, where as long as we are connected, as long as we are in the same community, and most of you have known me, or who are in the Signal channel, or who has been connected with me in one way or the other, maybe for more than a year now, I will be the least, I will be the last that will tax you unnecessarily. At least I know. If you're in the Signal channel, I've been putting Signal almost every single day or every single week. I never ask anybody for a dime, because what I put there is what I put for myself. I make the money. Whether if you use it, it's for your own profit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't add anything to me. So that is just how it is. So I'm planning on having because I've seen that it will be more easy for us to have these visuals, not only the technical analysis that we put on social media, or on what do you call it? This people, they will log us out in the next 10 minutes, or on my trading view profile. I'm planning of having it on the YouTube, maybe twice every week. I'll be putting a YouTube video where I analyze at least 4 or 5 pairs. But after this class, that is when I'll begin to do that, where I'll analyze at least 2 or 3 pairs under 2 or 3 days. I put it. Then I am putting it because it's what will happen over the next 3, 4, 5 days. So you watch it, you take advantage of it. So I don't want, it won't be just be only for myself. And the more you watch those videos, is the more you get used to it. Because I myself, I became more profitable on this. It was since last 2 years during lockdown till now. But before, it's been up and down. To you win today, next week you lose it. You win next week, next following 2 weeks you won't even make it. But as I begin to become more consistent over and over, practicing it and putting what I've learned from my mentor, then it begins to say, for those of us who are in the, or I think most of us are here, I put a lot of screenshots yesterday or today, was today, what most of other people that have helped are also saying concerning the signals, or how happy they are using, or those who have learned from me. So it will be going off in the next few minutes, but I'm going to unlock the WhatsApp group, so that if you have more questions, you can put it across there based on what I've done either yesterday and today. Then I will be able to answer you whenever I get the question. Then tomorrow we'll also be meeting here to continue from where we stop. But at least I know that we have done trend line, we have done this support and resistance, and by tomorrow we'll take another step more deeper into it. But as you can see, what we've been talking about since yesterday, nobody have talked about Bollinger Bar, moving average. And those things, not that they don't work, they work, but they're not consistent. They work today and they won't work next week. But what we are doing here is what that you use, whether you are sleeping, you can put your trade and close your eyes and go. You are not scared whether there is news or no news. So I want us to end it here this hour, and I appreciate all of you who are in attendance. Then we'll go back on social media, as I said, and give me a shout. Tag me either on Twitter or on Facebook if you have learned anything from this within this past 2 days, so that by tomorrow we can also take a more one shot into the deeper part of it. Thank you so much. I actually recorded, I think this is Ikechukwu. I recorded, but I'm not sure that I saved the first one. Maybe I will save this one. I will save this one, so that I didn't know that, but you will need it. All right. God bless all of us. Cheers. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you. Bye.